Okay, it's another group of organisms on the south side, and it's also facing towards Lake Ontario. This is in different trees, and those trees are just packed right there. That's a big cluster. I'm just gonna let it stay there, see what happens. See, look at those trees shaking. Right there, they're full of these organisms. And there is an active cluster. Right there, where it's bright. That's the nucleus right there. So that's the cluster nucleus. Now you can see very well how the organisms just mill around the nucleus in great numbers, and you can see what they do. You can see the movement, and you can see the direction of the movement, how the organisms mill around the nucleus. So this is in all the different trees in any direction, no matter which way I point the camera. It makes absolutely no difference. The trees are just full of these things. And it's obvious that those are not leaves and not branches. And it's obvious that those are organisms that are pretending to be leaves and branches in a tree. But what they are actually is alien organisms that are spreading like wildfire on every tree in this city. And they've spread on every tree in this city. It's already happened. Because no matter what tree I point the camera to, I get the same thing. It doesn't matter which camera I use, nothing matters. What matters is that they're all over the place and on everything. And they're just slowly eating up all the trees. And as they consume all the trees and everything else, little animals, insects, everything like that, birds, these organisms are multiplying more and more on a daily basis, and they're just more numerous as I speak, and they're multiplying on exponential levels, very high, just super multiplication and reproduction rate, and it's just unbelievable how many of them there are in just a very short time that this has been happening. Now that every single tree is like this, and I don't think anyone can say that that's a tree anymore, or any of the trees, if you look at it for what it really is, not what it appears to be. There's a difference between appearance and reality, and this is a reality check. This is what the trees look like. Busy little beavers, boy, I'll tell you. They're just working real hard. And just reproducing, multiplying, eating everything in sight. And I think we're going to be in big trouble. Big trouble. Just look at those organisms go. There's no stopping them. It's just unbelievable. I'll just let that run for a while so you could get a good load of their movement and see for yourself exactly what I'm talking about, because the lighting is good in this spot and you can actually see the organisms. And these are intelligent alien organisms, highly intelligent. Intelligent enough to make everybody into a fool, to think that they're not even here. That's how intelligent they are. I mean, they made a fool out of the whole world. So I'm going to move the camera because every time I put it onto where the action is, they move the action because they don't like being on camera. Here's a big cluster right there. That's an active one. There's a lot of them. See, trees normally don't glow like that, but now they're all glowing. Black ones, they're the ones that move all the trees around. They're the ones that don't like being on camera the most. Just watch when they realize they're on camera, watch what happens. See the network they're creating, all the fibers and the connections. This is one huge organism. Just dulls itself out into subdivisions and bits and pieces that all work independently and are very smart. And they're all connected one way or another. They have lots of ways of making connections, not just with fibers. There's so many of them that they're never out of touch. that whole thing looks to me like a big breeding colony. Look at them all. And these black ones, they're the older ones. They're the ones that do the most damage when it comes to eating stuff. But they all can do it. There's no difference. Just on a smaller or larger scale, that's the difference. But since there's more little ones than the big ones, it comes out to the same thing. They're all doing big damage. There's no more or less anything. It's just a lot all over the place. Just look at the energy in those clusters. So that's what's happening to our trees. They're just being taken over and eaten. And then these things put up holograms and holographic projections of trees. And pretty soon our entire world will be a hologram. Next they'll eat us and make us into holograms. Because they're very good at making real good ones. So you can't tell the difference between the hologram and the real thing. That's the slower part of the cluster. This is where the bigger ones are. And they're more aware. As soon as you put a camera on them, they know it. They'll start moving around, dispersing or coalescing into a larger mass. They're all about clusters. Every one of those entities is a cluster in itself, and then all the clusters get together and make a big entity, and the big entities get together and make even a bigger one, and so on, and all together they make a huge entity, big enough to engulf this whole planet. Just packed all over. There's no spot on any tree that's not all saturated like that with all these tons and tons of organisms. They're just all over. Everywhere. So in the 60 seconds that it just took me to make a coffee, probably 1 billion were born or replicated. They can replicate themselves, duplicate themselves, clone themselves, and they lay eggs because they also assume insect forms. Lately it's been wasps and other kinds that I've never seen before because they're not from this dimension. These are hyperdimensional organisms, and they're in our dimension all over on everything. And I don't know why people can't see them, but boy, I sure can. Oh, there's a big one right there. Try and get that one in the frame. There. That's a big one too right there. Back off a little bit. See, they're insectoids. You can see the legs on it and everything. Those are the ones that fly real fast. Those ones. They make a lot of pigeon and seagull holograms. Now it's gone on the other side. That brown mass right there, that's them. See that big brown mass right there? And that's them. See that orb shoot by real quick? And that area is packed with them. Just all packed with them. They throb like that. I know it's not good news. Alien organisms, no doubt about it. They're certainly not from this planet. And those are supposed to be leaves. Sure. No, I'm at the right spot as soon as the banging starts. I must control some people that send them out to make noise. And these are supposed to be leaves. I know I'm at the right spot for sure. So there are no leaves, it's just them. See, that's not leaves. Makes you not want to touch anything green. Right to the top of the tree, from the bottom to the top, or from the top to the bottom, just all over. So look at all those white orbs and everything. There's just more of them every day. Every day there's more. And they're everywhere. Look at all the black ones. No leaves, just these things. See that? There are no real leaves, because that's not leaves anymore. That's just them. There's some light brown ones I want to get them. They do a lot of flying around, these things. Notice how they turn black right away when you find them? There's some right there in the center. Let's see who's flying around today. Yeah, no leaves. I'm going to start another